Life's a crazy roller coaster, right? And guess what? Problems are the loops that keep it interesting. The first two parts of this video series covered how to get started and continue on your learning journey. But what happens if you run into difficulties along the way? Will you give up at the first sign of trouble? Everything you have accomplished this far and return to your ordinary routines that have kept you trapped in your average life? You know, SENKU has this incredible problem-solving mindset. He's able to overcome all kinds of challenges, and that too in a post-apocalyptic world where one couldn't do anything but hope for a miracle. Using his scientific knowledge, innovation, and creativity, he strived to tackle even the biggest of problems head-on. It's seriously amazing, and it got me thinking, what if we could develop a problem-solving mindset just like SENKU's in our own lives? That's what this video is all about. So let's dive in and learn together how to develop an analytical mindset just like SENKU. Be curious and crave for knowledge. SENKU's problem-solving mindset originates from his insatiable curiosity and his thirst for knowledge. He possesses an innate desire to understand the world around him, consistently asking questions and exploring new ideas. Whenever he comes across any hurdles, instead of worrying, this mindset allows him to approach problems with an open and curious mind, actively seeking unconventional solutions. SENKU's constant questioning and desire to understand the world drives him to investigate the petrification phenomenon and seek ways to reverse it. He tirelessly conducts experiments to unlock the secrets of science and gather knowledge about various subjects, such as chemistry, physics, engineering, and even biology. To develop a similar mindset, you need to cultivate curiosity by actively seeking new knowledge and experiences. Read that book that you are constantly putting off. Go on that random trip and take that course to up level. Engage in lifelong learning by meeting new people from different fields or watching YouTube videos on the topics you are really interested in. And don't be afraid to talk to experts across different fields or engage in conversations with everyone you cross roads with. Here's a personal experience. I recently started reading a book called Psychopathology of Everyday Life by Sigmund Freud. And right at the start, I knew I had a problem. Well, this book is quite complex for an amateur like me. At first, it felt super complex, and I could barely get through even a paragraph. But just like SENKU, instead of giving up, I turned to YouTube for help. I watched some videos that explained the topics in much simpler terms, read some articles on that topic, and now I'm already more than halfway through it. So, the trick is to give your best shot at learning anything that makes you curious. Embrace every problem as a chance to learn something new. Challenge yourself to expand your horizons and never stop seeking knowledge. If you are new to this channel, then welcome home. We need you. Subscribers to this channel are people who believe they are worthy of success and want to help themselves and others to become the best versions of oneself. Number 2. Develop scientific thinking and analytical skills. You won't believe what SENKU did in the first episode of Season 3 of Dr. Stone. He wanted to travel to the other side of the world, but he needed a boat and a skilled captain. And guess what? He found a way to solve that problem too. I don't want to give any spoilers, but it wasn't that easy. Then, another obstacle came up. A big storm was making it too dangerous to sail. Everyone started losing hope. But not SENKU. He had a different idea altogether. Instead of traveling on water, he decided to travel through the air. And get this, he suggested building a hot air balloon. Can you imagine? Figuring out how to fly at a time when it seemed impossible to even set sail, let alone flying. But SENKU didn't give up. He kept his focus on the main goal and found a creative solution. So, how can we develop a problem-solving and analytical mindset like SENKU's? Well, it's all about improving our critical thinking skills. Start by understanding the root causes of the problems and breaking them down into smaller parts. Think of it like this. When faced with a problem, try to understand why it's happening and what factors are involved. Then, brainstorm different solutions and test them out one by one to see what works best. It's all about not giving up when things get tough. Let's say you're facing a problem in your daily life. You're struggling to manage your time effectively and often find yourself overwhelmed with tasks and deadlines. Now, let's apply SENKU's problem-solving mindset to tackle this issue. First approach, take a pen and paper, then start asking yourself questions like, why am I struggling with time management? What are the main factors contributing to this issue? Is it a lack of prioritization? Distractions or inefficient planning? By writing the root causes, you can gain a deeper understanding of the problem. Next, break down the problem into smaller parts. Take some time to analyze your daily routine and identify the areas where you can improve. Are there any time-wasting activities or habits that you can eliminate or reduce? Can you delegate or outsource certain tasks to free up more time? Look for patterns and connections between different aspects of your time management. Once you've identified the underlying causes, start experimenting with potential solutions. For example, you could use productivity techniques like the Pomodoro, where you work in focused bursts with short breaks. Or you could use time management tools and apps to track your tasks and set reminders. Experiment with different strategies and see what works best for you. If you want more in-depth knowledge of these strategies, then watch the last video where I covered it thoroughly. Remember to gather data and evaluate the results of your experiments. Keep a journal or use a tracking app to monitor your progress. Are you able to complete tasks more effectively? Are you feeling less overwhelmed? Analyze the data and adjust your approach if needed. By using these tactics, you can develop a proactive approach to time management and find effective solutions to improve your productivity and reduce stress. Just like SENKU tackles challenges with scientific thinking and creativity, you too can conquer problems in your life. Number 3. SENKU is one tough cookie. He faces so many obstacles and setbacks while trying to rebuild civilization. But you know what's awesome? He never gives up. That's the key to solving anything. Persistence and resilience. Even when things go wrong, like failed experiments or encountering enemies, SENKU doesn't lose sight of his ultimate goal. He keeps pushing forward, determined to rebuild society and make things better. He spends years gathering resources and planning for the revival of humanity. That's some serious dedication. To be more like SENKU, or just develop a mindset like him in general, we need to develop our own persistence and resilience. It starts with having a growth mindset. Instead of seeing challenges as roadblocks, view them as opportunities to grow and learn. When you face failures, don't get discouraged. See them as valuable lessons that can guide you towards success. Setting clear goals and breaking them down into smaller tasks is another helpful strategy. It keeps you focused and motivated, and when setbacks happen, don't be afraid to seek support from mentors or practice self-care to recharge and stay strong. Surround yourself with people who lift you up and believe in your abilities. Just like I mentioned about Vincent van Gogh in the previous video, he was one of the most influential painters in history, started his artistical journey at the age of 26 with no previous experience in art. Despite being considered weird and crazy by his peers, he persisted in his obsession with drawing, experimenting with different styles, and constantly trying to improve. His willingness to experiment and push boundaries allowed him to develop a unique and recognizable style, making him one of the greatest artists of all time. In the end, the key to problem solving is not just about learning what has already been taught, but exploring the unknown and pushing boundaries to achieve true greatness. Now that you've made it to the end, I really appreciate all the support you guys have shown, and in return, I've provided you a free Notion template with the step-by-step guide to unlock your true potential using the 9 principles. You'll be able to customize this template in your own unique way, tailored specifically to your needs and desires. You'll have everything you need at your fingertips. So download it from the link in the description and get one step closer to unlocking your true potential. If you like this video and want me to continue this series, show some support by subscribing and liking the video, which also helps our video to push through the algorithm and reach a more interested audience as well. Also, let me know in the comment section which is your favorite anime character and want me to break down further. You can follow us on social media at Rising Curiosity by clicking the link in the description to get more updates. Until next time, sayonara.